All right, The Last Showgirl. I was super excited to see it last night. And what was even way cooler was after the film, there was a national live Q&A that they were showing immediately after the film that was an interview and Q&A with Pam Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis. So that was sort of cool. I'll get into that in a little bit. But The Last Showgirl is a American drama that was directed by Gia Coppola, and it is a film that is about a showgirl in Las Vegas that is, of an age. She's considered to be older for the dance world and a showgirl life. And she's been a part of a show for 30 years, and the show is then closing down. And it takes you through her journey, not only this character that Pam Anderson did a wonderful job in portraying, and she did develop this really authentic character that honestly at times felt like she was delusional in a sense, or not wanting to know what was really the reality of her situation, which was just magnificent. And Pam Anderson did a great job. Everything you're hearing about her in this film it lived up to what I was hearing. She was good. Do I think that she'll win an award? Absolutely not. I know that her and both Jamie Lee Curtis are up for BAFTAs, but I don't know if she would take it. I think she's great in this. I don't know if it's, award-winning worthy of her. So that's the first thing. The film and the way that the film is done is really beautiful. The story is a beautiful story, and it has all these intricacies of other stories and people that are around Pam Anderson. One is Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Annette, who's just so brilliant, and she takes you literally to a girl or you have met in your life, a woman that you have met in your life. And it's sad, too. It's very, very sad. Kiernan Shipka, amazing. I mean, I know her work. I know her from, television and how she got her start. She is really good in this. And her story as well is another sad story. Brenda Song, and let's bring it around with Dave Bautista. This man is he's one of my new favorites. He is so good in this film. And then you have Billy Lourd, who plays Pam Anderson, Shelley's daughter. And there's this whole dynamic about Shelley choosing her career over being a mother to Hannah, the character. And it's really, it's heartwarming. It's so sad. I mean, it's not happy. So overall, a great film. And I will say that I was thinking one thing when I watched the film, and I have a couple little problems with it. It's not perfect. But then when I got to listen to the Q&A and have a better understanding of the making of the film, I kind of pulled back. And so hear me out. I thought the film was beautifully shot, but I do feel like there was a lot of B-roll and not enough storyline and dialogue to kind of balance out how much B-roll there is in the film. But I think that was strategically done in a way. I hate to say it. But then he listened to the Q&A with Pam Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis, where this film was made just a little over $1 million. The shoot was literally a 2-week shoot. Jamie Lee Curtis was literally shot for 4 days. One day was preparing and getting a spray tan, from what I understand from the Q&A. And the other 3 is her literally doing table reads and filming this. And they had no bells and whistles during the filming. They were not staying at great places. They didn't have luxury stuff, while they were filming. It was a very, very low budget. And hearing that then made me change sort of my thought process about it, because with what they were able to do in the time period and then also on that budget, these people killed it. And Pam Anderson, you may not think that she's so wonderful, during the entire thing. But I will tell you, whatever you thought in the beginning of the film, that last scene, the last couple scenes of her doing that audition and then having a breakdown and then being on stage for that final last moment, all well worth it. She is phenomenal. And it's that last moment where you just feel it. And what Pam Anderson shared during the live Q&A was that final shot was literally the final shot of the film, which is such a rarity to see. Normally they shoot a lot of the end sequences early. And that last scene was actually the last scene that was shot. And that was just, I love the storytelling. Now, Jamie Lee Curtis seemed off, and she did in the beginning talk about the fires and how her home is in jeopardy, and she was in New York City doing this live Q&A, so she didn't even know really what was going on. You could tell that she probably was not in her, she seemed very punchy with responses, and you could tell maybe, you know, like she's here, but her mind was probably elsewhere, but she was phenomenal. Pam Anderson, God, I love her. And I know that I'm wanting this to turn out more for her. I want this to kind of launch a career for her that she never thought she could have. I'm just wondering if people are going to see that with this film, or is she not now being typecast even more? I don't know. I'm here for it. I will go watch something else that she's in for sure. And I'd love to see if she has this range too. I would love to see that. So overall, I know I'm going to do it. I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I would watch this film again, which, by the way, it's only like an hour and a half film. So it's a quick film, but you get a lot. You get a lot of emotion. I don't know. Let me know what you think if you've seen The Last Showgirl. If you have not, please go watch this in the movie theater. Show this independent film some support, because we want more of these sorts of films, these independent films that are really doing something well, and they need you to go support it in a theater. So go now, like this weekend.